So these are the aliens you were telling me about?
Well, I don't know if I'd call them aliens. Sort of half-alien, I guess. The outside is human, and the inside is shared between a human and a symbiote. Martouf is actually two different souls, I guess, sharing the same body.
And that's what you want me to become?
In an episode called Teal'c, which is a two-parter, we meet Jacob Carter, who is Samantha Carter's father, and as it turns out, he's got cancer and is dying. And the Teal'c have a member of their rebellion who is also dying, the host. The symbiote can only keep the host going for so long, and then the sort of the human qualities take over. And this Teal'c's host was dying, and she needed a new one. He needed a new one. We're never quite sure about the she-he thing. So that was the way that Jacob's life got saved. He had it. This Teal'c went into him, and so now he's off fighting the Goa'uld, as a member of the Teal'c. In fact, one of the highest-ranking members of the Teal'c, and continues to have sort of this odd relationship with his daughter.
Hello, Sam.
Dad, we have a little bit of a situation, and we may need Selmac's help.
Selmac. I thought maybe you just wanted to see your old man.
I do, Dad.
The Teal'c are different from the Goa'uld in that they equally share the body. They allow the host to speak, they allow the host to have feelings, and pretty much a real symbiotic relationship, as opposed to the Goa'uld, who just completely take you over.
Your father asked that I shake your hand and give Colonel O'Neill a big kiss from him.
Greetings, Jack O'Neill.
Greetings. Have we met?
I am Thor.
He's developed quite a relationship with Jack O'Neill over the years. Richard Dean Anderson will tell you he's one of his favorite actors to work with.
Do you ever say one thing and mean another, kind of speak between the lines, if you know what I mean?
I do not.
Do not what? Speak between the lines or understand?
Fair Game was the first time they really started to bond together on screen. The chemistry was just wonderful.
Oh, come on, give me something. Anything. I won't hold you to it. A little head nod if there's another way around this.
It is your planet at stake. I believe you have it within you to make the right decision.
They were very, very advanced, more so even than the Goa'uld, and seemed to have our interests at heart.
All right. Send me back. Wait! Right there. Is that a head nod? A nod is usually down, then back up. You kind of just went down. Wait, I'll take...
The more you thought about it, the more you started to have problems with the idea that, well, if they're such good guys and they're more powerful than the Goa'uld, why are the Goa'uld such a problem? I mean, why haven't the Asgard kind of gotten rid of them? And so we needed to come up with an explanation for that. And so the explanation was, maybe they've got their own problems in their own galaxy, and they're just not really telling us about that. So that problem was the replicators.
They are the enemy of the Asgard.
We've had several puppets. The very first Thor, which appeared in Thor's Chariot, was the first one we had built, and he was really only meant to just kind of stand there. And then as the demands for the character of Thor increased, we had to build more and more sophisticated puppets. The most sophisticated one was just finished, was made, I believe, for Small Victories. He had quite a bit to say in that one, and we needed to build one with a fully articulated mouth and one that would have expressions.
Where are we going exactly?
5 Asgard ships are currently engaging 3 ships controlled by the replicators, which are on their way here.
One of the interesting sort of tidbits I'm not sure most viewers are aware of, Michael Shanks, who's Daniel Jackson, is the voice of Thor, and it's just treated in such a way that you can actually, I think, personally, if you listen very carefully, you can hear it that it's him, but I'm not sure most viewers would be aware of that.
We need your help.
I have come here to seek your help.
At the time when we first started shooting the Asgard, for our budget, we could only have the puppet sitting there and talking. And now, of course, with some of the advancements that have been made, we've got Thor, walking around and holding people's hands and stuff like that. There's a scene in Small Victories where he walks up the ramp and goes into the Stargate with Carter, and that's obviously not the puppet. That's a CG Thor. I think one of the most interesting things about Stargate is the fact that it's taking place now, that we're going out into a universe that is partly primitive and partly very advanced, and we're kind of stuck in the middle and very much at our own level, but rarely do we suddenly take that leap forward, even though there are all these aliens out there that are so much more powerful than us. So when we do meet one, like the Nox or the Asgard, it becomes a very delicate balance in terms of creating a relationship and yet not having them give us everything that they know. A good example of that is the Teal'cs, who are humanoid, look completely human, but are very advanced, and as it turns out, once gave a race of people very much like us advanced technology, and they destroyed themselves. So they sort of have it be their policy not to do that anymore.
We'd like to arrange for a trade.
What would you like to trade?
Technology.
I'm sorry. You know that is the one thing we cannot give you. Tolan law strictly forbids it.
I did an episode called Bane, where there were these sort of gross bugs, that one of which bites Teal'c and starts turning him into an alien.
You don't look so great.
One of the ones that's sort of becoming a bit of a running through line in the show are the aliens that were first introduced in the show called Maternal Instinct. They were sort of these white, glowy, very pretty. In fact, in that case, it was Mother Nature. But as it turns out, is a part of an alien race of beings that has very close ties to Earth.
I'll see both of you again someday, right?
They were seen again in an episode called Absolute Power, and the Harcesis boy, which has another sort of through line throughout the show, he was taken in by the Mother Nature alien in Maternal Instinct and ultimately ascended to their level.
It's time I chose a new path.
And it's time for me to continue on mine.
How did it go, Doctor?
Oh, I think we did just fine, sir.
Good.
Actually, sir, if you don't mind, SG-1 brought back a specimen for dissection and study from their last mission, so I thought would be the perfect opportunity for some first-hand experience.
I don't see why not.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. You sure you're up for this? Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you. You have to change lab coats, gloves. Oh.